Good morning, lovely crafty people. I'm Debs. Welcome back to my channel, The Creative Book Shack. It's Tuesday. We all know what that means. That means Twinchy Tuesday. And that is hosted by Jen at Sassy Southern NC Girl. It was created by JanetKay, who has a new channel, and I've forgotten off the top of my head what it's called. It's called Sunflowers and Joy, I believe. Let me find it. Yes, it's called just Sunflowers and Joy. It's a completely new channel for her. So head over, show her some love. She's trying to get all her old subscribers back again. I'm going to try something different for Twinchies Tuesday today. I'm going to attempt to do my first material Twinchy. I am inspired by Susan Hiles, who does the most fabulous twinchies made out of fabric and yarn, and they're just wonderful. Check out her channel, Susan Hiles Creates. Right, what have I got? I've got some cotton, 2-inch square cotton. That's my base. I've got some of this. I really don't know what things are called. I'm really sorry, but I think this is sort of a close weave, like an Ida. Cheesecloth. I've got some bird buttons, and I've got this out of one of the many bags of scrap trim that my mum gave me the other day. We're going to try some slow stitching to start with. So I am going to put that on there. I've got some nice contrasting red. I'm not going to be particularly careful about this. I am just going to stitch it on, and we'll see how we go. I'll do the first one, then I'll pause you while I do the others, because I'm not sure you want to see me do all of them. I'm also going to be using some fabric glue, because that's just a way of cheating, and I quite like that. I don't know whether these are going to stick in my Twinchy book. I use that one there. I use just some double-sided sticky tape so that they are easily removable if I want to remove them. Oh no, that's okay. I'm just gonna put a couple of stitches in the back there. I used to sew a lot. I don't so much anymore. My grandmother was a tailoress. She taught my mum to sew. My mum made all our clothes when we were kids and things like that. And she taught me to sew. My mum made my wedding dress when I married my first husband, and all the bridesmaids' dresses. She's quite good. Right, I'm going to pause you now while I sew the rest of these on. Right, there you go. As if by magic, I've got 4 2-inch bits of cotton with some Aida sewn on. Now, I think I want this on next. I've made it deliberately. I've pulled all the look like that, deliberately raggy because I want it raggy. So I'm going to fabric glue this, and then the button will be sewn over the top. Trouble is, I'm now sticky. So it don't need a lot of glue on it, although I appear to have put a lot of glue on it. I still want to be able to see some of the stitching, and I want to see some of the green. And then what I want is two inches of this to go across the bottom, and I am going to fabric glue this too, because it's already got the nice white stitching on it, and I don't want that to detract any stitching, extra stitching to detract from that. That is so not straight. Making a right pig's ear of this. Okay, so I'm going to glue this rather than the twinchy, because I will get it tangled up in all that frayed stuff. So we're going to put that on there. We are going to put, should we put it at this end? Oh, that's why, wasn't it? That's why I was gluing this stuff. I don't know whether there is a top or a bottom to this, but if there is, you can pretty much guarantee that I've got it upside down. Because that's the sort of person I am. We'll stick that on there like that. Yeah, maybe we'll have that one up that way. Maybe we'll also have that one up that way. We'll have two at the top and two at the bottom, just to mix it up a bit. I do like my I like my twinchies to match. I like them to be. Oh, I'm going to put that up. No, I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to turn it round. Yes, that's what's happening here. Okay. Right, these need trimming off very slightly. There. There. They're my top ones. That one's okay. That one definitely needs trimming. Bottom, top. And now, what I want is a little bird. 1, 2. Now, unfortunately, these birds only face one way. So, they're all going to have to be looking off the page, which is quite annoying because I don't want them on the left-hand page. All my twinchies in my twinchy book go on a right-hand page. So I am just now putting a couple of stitches through this button just to hold it in place. I mean, it's not being used as any sort of closure. So it, where's the hole? There's the hole. So it doesn't, you don't have to put it on there so it's capable of staying in a buttonhole and being used. This isn't a button that's particularly going to be used. So that goes there. And this one can go down a little bit more, I think. Where's the hole? There it is. I do like the contrasting thread, I must admit. Uh-oh. Can't find the hole again. I didn't think about making these out of material until I saw Susan's videos and thought, ooh, that's an interesting idea. As I carry on with these, because I haven't been doing twinchies for that long, as I carry on with these, I might see if I can investigate different materials as in different types of things rather than fabrics, to make the twinchies out of. But this is just such a fun collaboration. I'm so grateful to Jenn for hosting it, but also for Janet, who I met on here very, very recently, for coming up with the idea in the first place, because it's just so cool. I mean, it's a great thing to do as soon as you enter the craft room on a Tuesday, just to get the creative juices flowing. Like I say, with mine, I like to have, some people do all of them differently, and I think they're beautiful. But I like to have a theme with mine. So the theme is constant. I always do 4 because that's what fits in the Twinchy journal that I made. Always do 4. And I like them to coordinate with each other. I like there to be a theme that runs through the 4 of them. I don't want them to be the same, but I like to be able to recognize them as set. So that is that pretty much done. So we'll just finish that off like that. And I am going to go for the double-sided tape. Wonder why I've lost the thicker one. Shall I use this one? Is that going to stick? Yeah, that feels quite sticky. I want it to stick but not be permanent. So I'll put a bit more on than I normally do. I know I'm going to have problems getting the back off these. I always have problems getting the back off double-sided tape, but usually it's on paper. Sorry about the reaching. And therefore slightly easier to remove. I'm not sure how this is going to work. Is that actually coming? There's one. Oh, the silence of concentration. Are you actually going to come off? No, you're not. Oh, Mike's got it. No. You're coming off there. Yeah, there we go. 2. Nope, missed it. This is one of the reasons I don't use sticky back stuff very much, because I have real trouble getting the backs off it. Unfortunately, about 2 years ago, I bought a job lot of this stuff on sale in Hobbycraft. So consequently, I've got about 30 rolls of this stuff, and I need to get rid of it. I just don't really like it. And I tend to go over it with... that did not work at all. I tend to go over it with glue if I'm using it on any other project, because I don't want it to fall off. But with this twinchy book, I actually want to be able to get them out if I want to. Finally! Was that tortuous, lovely people? I'm very sorry. Okay, where are we in this? Oh yes, that was last week's. What colour page have we got? I can always change it because it's a ring binder. I can't open this now either. There we go. You see how badly I've done the holes on these? Right. Let's have you at the top. What else have we got? We've got top one. That's the top one. Let's put you next. Have I actually left enough room? Okay. And then we'll have you there. And we'll have you there. We will find a white pen and we will write... oh, this pen's too thick. Let's try this one. Tuesday, April 14, 2026. And there are my twinchies. My first ever sewn fabric twinchies with little wooden bird buttons for this week. Thank you very much for stopping by. It's always lovely to see you. I look forward to seeing your twinchies if you do them. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.